Boys. This is episode 105. I'm Colin.
I'm scared. Mike.
Sorry.
There was no forewarning to that. We did our little clap to sync the audio, and then just a release of tension, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, I had to... Because, doing that in my room last week would have been really loud and echoey.
Right.
But here, you have the sound foam.
Right.
And I just hate you so much, so I had to get it out.
This is a great start to the episode. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to look at the framing, but I have the door is like...
The framing looks fine to me.
Okay.
There's a big... scream again?
For you visual listeners, there's a big closet door that's a mirror for me, and it's half of it's partly there open, and it's fucking with my view of it. It looked like I was off kilter, but I'm good. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream. I just got scared.
You got scared?
By the clap.
Oh.
Clap scared me.
It's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
It just deep inside of me.
I think it was always there, but now it's being released.
Now I'll never scream again.
Right. Now I feel like I know what Kurt heard back in 1993.
Yeah.
But anyways, welcome to BrokeN Boys. This is episode 105. Colin said that, but
yeah, I did.
I'm still Mike.
You said you were scared, so I'm Colin.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about Denzel Curry. We're going to talk about his whole discography.
Zeltron.
Yes, sir. But first, we got some stuff to talk about. Ooh. Other stuff, such as, how was your fucking weekend, man?
My week and weekend were good. Got some nice weather from some pretty inclement end of February into March weather. Mm-hmm. Nice 60 degrees or so on Wednesday.
Yeah, normal February weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wore a nice flannel and t-shirt. It was very comfortable the whole day. The sun was shining.
Actually, you know what? I think I wore this flannel on Wednesday.
You did.
And I think on Wednesday, because it was so nice and warm, I sat in this chair and took off my flannel and just never removed it.
Wow. Look at you.
Just to show what it was like on Wednesday.
Yeah. Wednesday. Work, school, fine, whatever, cool. It's getting there. Spring break's almost here, and I'm kind of feeling that fatigue. Mm-hmm. So, they're fine. I have to do a couple more things for history before break, but...
Mm-hmm. Gotta make history before break.
Yeah. I gotta go back in time and kill another person.
Which one?
I don't know. There's a good amount that I could go back and do,
JFK, but earlier.
Yeah. That's not the fun choice though. Okay. And the Zapruder films are already pretty perfect as it is.
Right, true.
Watching that in 8th grade at 10 in the morning was nice.
Yeah.
I could do Abraham Lincoln, but that's done, and that's pretty cliche.
Yeah. There's another one too. I don't remember who it fucking was though.
Yeah, Garfield.
Too much lasagna.
I force-fed Garfield lasagna
on a Monday.
Yeah. I have to do that before break. So
nice. Well,
I'll pick something.
Yeah. Let me know what you do.
Maybe I'll stop the planes from hitting the towers.
Yeah.
But maybe not, because it's too fun to make jokes about.
Speaking of that, I saw a TikTok saying if there are infinite universes and multiverses and whatever, then there canonically exists a universe where the Twin Towers were both slide whistles. And, and as they fell, they go... Damn. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Why can't we live in that reality?
I know, right?
God damn.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on one of those planes.
That's true. Then we wouldn't have gotten him on a Logic album.
Yeah, true. Yeah. More on that later.
Not really.
Stick with us, folks.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us. Last Friday we had a little bit of a high school reunion.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
Friday? That wasn't Friday. That's right.
Friday. Yeah. We went to B-Dubs.
Yeah.
With a couple why my long time. I talked about her last week, but Alexis, she came down again. We went to B-dubs with Mike and Morgan, who we have neither of us have seen in a long time.
Yes.
Which was nice. Mike got a couple bird dogs.
Yeah.
How were those bird dogs, by the way?
They were okay. The pictures definitely made them look a whole lot bigger. Like they had like chicken overflowing in the pictures, but in mine it was kind of a little sad tender. But it tasted good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. You know, I fucked up my sleep schedule a little bit again, but this time I slept a little bit. So
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, fun time. And then, me and Zane, I think we've talked about him on here before. Probably. We eat lunch with him. I eat lunch with him every day. This guy doesn't.
In spirit, I do.
No.
No.
We went to the student center yesterday, and we were waiting in line at one of the restaurants, and on the ledge there was just a lone unused condom just sitting there on the ledge.
You sure it was unused?
I mean, it wasn't rolled out or anything.
True.
So I assume so. But just I would tell the joke I want to tell, but it kind of gives away what school we go to. Yeah. But you know, just a nice sight on a nice Thursday late morning.
Yeah.
And I hope it's doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and on that same day, I saw two people making out by the trash cans at our dining center. So it was really the season of love.
It really is.
On that March 2nd, Thursday afternoon.
Nothing else I'd rather be doing.
Right.
Making out with the person I love right next to the garbage cans at the dining center.
Yeah. Yeah.
After just eating like tempura chicken and
exactly, yeah,
pizza, bacon cheeseburger,
maybe a cookie,
maybe a sneaky cookie. But you know, otherwise, you know, we watched The Last of Us, of course. Good shit. Left Behind. Very sad, of course. Very excited for this week's episode.
Yes,
it's gonna be a good one. Yes. Got a lot about it. We got some Troy Baker in there. Got the whole David storyline. It's gonna be real fucked up. I'm very excited for it. Bella Ramsey's gonna put on a masterclass.
Yeah,
as Ellie.
Yeah, I don't want to say this episode could make or break the series, but like it could make the series. You know, this could kind of be that bitch episode.
Yeah, so. It could.
I kind of have high expectations.
Yeah,
which is,
I do too. I think it'll deliver.
I hope so.
But and then I got my double dose of Pedro with the Return of the Mandalorian after fucking 2 years. I mean, he was in Boba Fett last year, but you know, his standalone show's back. So got to hear Pedro's nice low gravelly Mando voice, and I was like, love that man. I got to see a little Grogu, dude. A little bit of Grogu.
I forgot what Grogu was.
He's Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I remembered. I recollected.
You should watch The Mandalorian, Mike. Maybe you'd know.
I watched a little bit of it.
Maybe you should watch all of it, because it's very good.
Well, I watched it on a Disney Plus from my ex.
Okay, well now you have a service that you could use on the TV.
I could use your service, man.
You could use my service. But I'd have to ask my dad. But yeah, my week's it was fine. Nothing too crazy.
Nice.
How was your week, Mike?
My week was also fine. I'm kind of in the same lull for terms of fucking LOLing. No. The same lull before spring break. Yeah, I have a lot of shit to do, and I am mentally doing okay. But yeah, you know, it's all right. Friday, like you said, we did the little B-dubs thing. It was pretty good. Your friend's a little bit of a scary driver.
A little bit.
But you know what? Once you were in the driver's seat, it was all good.
Yeah. I'm much nicer.
Yes, yeah.
She's a little aggressive. She's also
driving.
a woman. Happy Women's History Month here at the BrokeN Boys podcast.
Our first March episode, and you fucking drove that shit. Aren't we coming up on 2 years?
Yeah.
Was it March that we started?
Yeah.
Or was it...
I think it's probably next episode.
Damn. Well, we're ahead of the schedule.
I didn't mean to be offensive. I was just joking. Joking. I love women.
Wow.
Everyone knows I love women. Right, Mike?
You know that's not true.
Come on, man.
We're changing the name of our podcast to be more on brand with
Misogynist Ben.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with. Yeah, more on brand with the typical bro dude podcasts. We're gonna start doing more Andrew Tate dick writing, taint licking, if you will. Some taint tasting. We're gonna start doing that. So if you're a woman listening to this episode,
get the fuck out of here. For the whole month of March only.
Yes. You get everything else this month. I might turn into Muscle Man.
You know who else?
You know who else is kicked out of this podcast? My mom. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, but that was nice getting to see your friend and see the other person.
We're gonna be bro. We're getting rid of the Ken. We're just gonna be bro boys.
Bro. For some reason, I was thinking just getting rid of the K. Bro boys. It's like the Coen brothers.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All
right. Anyways, yeah, it was nice meeting up with them and seeing them and high school stuff and B-dubs and bird dogs. It was nice. Mm-hmm. And on Saturday, I think I mentioned on here before that me and some other music students are doing like a little like rock band group thing, something.
Love that game.
We had our first band meeting on Saturday, which was pretty cool. We had 5 people. Yes. Yeah, we have 5 people. Just kind of messed around with some cover songs. I didn't really know much of the songs that well, but since I'm on keyboard, I just got to read the chords and I'm all good. I don't gotta. Well, I did do a little bit of singing, but like it was like backup stuff. But yeah, that was pretty cool. We didn't do any of my stuff yet, but I think next time we meet, I'll be like, hey, real confident. Mostly the reason I didn't do it the first time is because we were doing a lot of upbeat stuff, a lot of upbeat, groovy, fun things, and I'm like, can we play my song Petals? It wasn't quite the mood.
Not the vibe.
Yeah, not the vibe, but. There doesn't even be that, in my opinion, there has to be that little bit of contrast in there. So I think next time I'll be like, yo. But yeah, no, that was really cool. Heard some new songs. That was nice. 2 of them had to get going early. So then like me, my friend, and then another person there that is also my friend. It's their apartment. We were just all kind of chilling there for like until like 10 p.m. or something like that. It was nice. Nice little meet and greet. Yep. Also, I'm not sure if you know, but we gotta do this quickly beforehand as well. We'll get to that. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, my week has been fine. My sleep schedule has also been fucked, but what else is new? That's a constant at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only other thing I wanted to mention was there's a new thing on Spotify that's kind of cool, where it's like a AI generated like DJ. That's like does like a radio station type thing. Yeah, I saw it on TikTok. I think his name is Xavier, but they call him DJX. I think it was. But yeah, he'll come on. He's like, all right, I know what you like. I know what you like listening to. You like that 21 Pilots. Yeah, listen to that, whatever. But no, it actually is kind of cool though, because like every like 4 or 5 songs, it'll like switch up the vibe. I think is what he says. So like it'll do that, and then. I've gotten ones where it's like, here's your most played songs of 2020. Did that, and then there was one I was like, here's some alternative 80s rock. It's kind of cool. I think it's a good way to, it's not necessarily just like the Spotify like 21 Pilots radio or something where you'll be 100% alternative or whatever. It kind of switches up the vibe, and you can do it manually too as well if it gives you like. I don't know, 70s polka, and you're like, I'm not quite feeling this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Weird Al.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's kind of a cool feature. That's what I've been listening to basically all the time the last 2 days or so. It's kind of interesting. Kind of a cool feature.
Yeah.
Shout out Spotify. You've never done anything wrong.
Nope.
Yeah, and then I also listened to an album called... Don't look at that. I listened to an album called Dog's Body by model/actress. Actress. I only did this because I think it's currently #1 on Album of the Year, but also Brad and Fantano were saying it was very good, and I listened, and it's very interesting. I like it I like it. I don't know how much I like it. It's kind of like, have you ever listened to that Daughters album that Fantano gave a 10? I don't know what to relate it to. Then it's kind of like this dark spoken word type singing thing, but on top of like these like dance beats. So it's it's got like a beat and like a groove to it, but it's just like really fucking dark sounding. I don't know. It's interesting. I like it quite a bit. But yeah, I listened to that, so I figured I'd shout it out. Cool. Yeah. Did you listen to anything this week besides Mr. Zeltron?
Not just Zelly. Just
Gotcha.
Denzel.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Yeah. Then there was also the drive to here today. Yeah. So, like I said, Wednesday, very nice. Flannel off type day. And Thursday, I don't even remember what it was like yesterday. Was it fine? It was just a little cold.
Fine. It was a little chilly.
It's like 40 or something.
It was still nicer.
And then today, heavy rain to start off. To start off the day. Jason! To start off the day, it was just like that. Sorry. And I started my day by walking to my first class, umbrella in hand. You know, I could feel the wind. I was like, gotta keep it down. And then there was a big gust and my umbrella just like I was still holding on to it, but the top of it just inverted itself, and I was like, oh fuck. And then like it was so windy that I couldn't get it back into place. And then by the time that wind kind of stopped, I was like, oh, these hinges aren't working. So now that umbrella is pretty much busted.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. But it was rain at that time. And slowly throughout the day, it was hail for a little bit, and now it is heavy snow, and icy snow. It's like 30 degrees out, so like this isn't
slushy snow.
This isn't, it's icy, slushy snow. And the drive here, I even told Colin, I was like, I don't want to drive in this. If you want to postpone the pod, whatever. And then Colin just like sent the Chad emote. He was like,
anything for the fucking pod.
Exactly.
Bitch.
Yeah. I'm not missing the pod.
No weather's gonna stop me.
Pretty much. But yeah, no, that. I mean, I think we've talked about before, but just for context, it's a 30-minute drive from where we go to school and where I live. So it's highway pretty much the whole way, and yeah, that was kind of terrifying. Like I drove like 40, 50-ish pretty much the whole way, and I tried not to pass anyone because if you don't live in a snowy state, like passing is the hardest part of it because you're driving in other people's tire tracks, but if you go out, then you gotta go through patches of ice, and like when you're going through those patches, that's when you'll lose control and shit. And there were a lot of cars in ditches along the way, a lot of ones with brake lights still on and people still in them. I'm like, oh, that's fresh. Yeah, that's probably the worst conditions I've ever driven in. Yeah, I think for me. Was slightly concerning, but DJ X kept me grounded. There was one thing that was very terrifying, like on my way, like here, like pretty much almost here. Thankfully, I wasn't in the danger zone too much. I was just kind of chilling in the right lane, but there was a big snowplow that was plowing the road. He was going about 40, and I was close enough to the exit where I'm like, I'm just gonna chill here for a little bit. I'm not gonna try passing him. But then there was 3 cars that were passing, and one of them in front was a car that's similar to mine, just like a sedan, like small car, and he was driving, and then behind him were like 2 big ass trucks or whatever, and I could see the road, like the snowplow was in front of us. So he's trying to pass the snowplow, the little car that's in front, and the road is not good where he is, and I can see him like, not like swerving quite, but like not being stable and slowing down. Meanwhile, the fucking asshole in the truck behind him is just riding his ass. And like I was a little bit away, so I couldn't exactly see how close he was, but he was way too fucking close. I'm like
semi-truck or pickup?
A pickup truck.
Oh, good.
Yeah, pickup truck.
If it was a semi-truck, I'd kind of understand, but pickup truck...
Yeah, no. It was 2 pickup trucks, and like one of them was riding his ass, and I think the other one, I'm not even sure if he knew the guy was there because he probably couldn't see him behind the other pickup truck. But yeah, he was just riding his fucking ass, and I was like, dude, get the fuck off of it. And like, there was a few times where like the sedan kind of disappeared in my view, and like after going like this, and I'm like, was that it? did he go? Is he in the ditch now? But finally he put on his hazards or something, like the sedan did, and I guess that gave the truck the idea, and he went into the other lane or whatever. I don't know. It was. I was fucking terrified. Well, the other terrifying, it was like a scary, it was like a fucking Final Destination scene that I was watching, because then also I could see this, like, you know, like the semi trucks are like a little bit smaller. Like, it was like one of those. I could see him like kind of going pretty fast, like towards these people in that same lane as this shit was happening. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like, he's going to slam on the brakes and, you know, whatever, all that's going to fucking... I don't know. I was getting very anxious about it, and thankfully, nothing happened. Yeah. But like there was definitely a lot of universes where something did happen.
Yes.
To bring it back to alternate Twin Tower universes. Yeah, that was very terrifying.
Yeah, I saw a lot of semi trucks going pretty fast.
I saw a lot of that too. I'm like, bro, you can't slow down as fast as us in normal times.
Yeah, you're driving like a fucking 5-ton vehicle.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then, you know, they drive past you and they kick up everything into your windshield. And
yeah.
Like, fucking asshole.
Yeah, that was actually another thing. I don't think it was a semi passing me. I think it was just a normal car. But like, as I was, you know, this snow was like all coming from one direction blowing. So like, it was kind of fucking with like, I don't know, just like snow falling on your windshield and stuff, like I don't know, there was like a thing of ice, like slush or something, that solidified near the top of my windshield, and it started like sliding down at one point, and my wipers weren't quite getting it, and as that was happening, someone passed me and just like like basically blinded my fucking windshield. I was like, oh yeah. Like, yeah, for a second there I was just completely blind, and that was not that fun. But we're here. It took me like an hour to get home, but I'm here.
Yeah. Man, we were on that straight after the hill. And after like the little curve. I was just, you know, driving, and then all of a sudden I hear, dung! And I was like, what the fuck was that? It was like on my passenger window. It was like a giant snowball hit my car. And I was like, did somebody throw a snowball in my car? Like, where the fuck did that come from? Yeah. It was just coming down the window, and I was like...
I had like somewhat of a similar thing when I was on the hill. It didn't sound like as dramatic as that, but like as I was driving, like, you know, they were kind of thicker, like snowflakes in general. But like there was just one that was like a little bit thicker. That just like...
it was just like... Yeah, it was just like this big... And I was like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah. I was listening to Noel and Meat Canyon's podcast.
Oh, yes.
As I was driving, which is what you would expect it to be.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, fun drive, though.
Yeah, very fun.
But want to do our little monthly roundup?
Yeah. So as we said, February is over, and now it's March, so we're going to talk about... the albums that we listened to this month. Again, I didn't really listen to too many. I've been not quite in the mood for new stuff for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm in a weird thing. How many do you have?
I forgot to write them down, but I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. Well, I got 4, so you can start us off.
All right. Well, first I listened to... Sorry. Brand New Eyes by Paramore.
Yeah.
Very good. Love that album. It's great. Fucking... It was still in that little pop punk era that they were in for a long time, but... you know, there was some good sing-songy, slower songs, like The Only Exception, and that's also like a bonus. The song I talked about last week, Decode, is like a bonus track off of that record, but it's not on the record because it was on the first Twilight movie soundtrack. But it's a great fucking song, and I can't stop listening to it.
Honestly, the Twilight movies had good soundtracks, I
Right.
think. Yeah. I've never seen them, but like I know like 15 Step was like the credits to one of them, like by Radiohead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then This Is Why. Oh wait, no. Do you want me to go through the whole thing? Or?
No, we can go back
Okay,
and forth.
you can go next.
Yeah, the first thing I listened to was After the Magic by Paranol, Korean shoegaze artist, the kind of like alt rock thing. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't really love it as like much as a lot of people did, but I thought it sounded very nice for a lot of it. Some good songs. DJ X put on the intro song for me, I think yesterday, and I was like, damn, this is good. So I probably have to listen to it a few more times, but I liked it quite a bit, and I would probably give it like a decent 7, somewhere in there. Decent light 7. It's a good album.
Oh, I give Brand New Eyes probably like a light 8.
Nice. Cool.
And then This Is Why, of course, came out that same week, and I love that record a lot. I forget what I gave it. Can go to my album of the year real quick. It's probably like a 9 or so, maybe a little lower. Don't look at my Denzel Curry scores. Don't do it.
I haven't posted mine yet, so I'm all good.
I give it a 90.
Nice.
I love it a lot. Some songs grew on me more than I thought they would, like Crave, and I think Figure 8 grew on me quite a bit as well. Just really good stuff. Some, like, Paramore's good at diversifying how they sound nowadays. It's not all pop punky, especially after Laughter, which, if you know it, it's a very major, like juke of the jukes,
Juking you out.
Yeah, jukes you out a little bit. And it's I just love it a lot. She sounds great on it. I love the instrumentals on it. Yeah, so like light 9.
Nice. Yeah, next thing I listened to was This Is Why by Paramore. Whoa. And so far we've had Paramore, Paranol, Paramore, and Paramore.
Look at that.
But yeah, I also really liked it. I wasn't quite as much at the love level as you were, but there are like fucking bangers on there. Running Out of Time, I've been loving a lot. I mean, This Is Why the title track is fantastic. I really like what the hell is it called? You First? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like You First for some reason. And I also really like Figure 8. And Thick Skull has grown on me quite a bit as well. But yeah, those tracks are all like really punchy. There's a few tracks I'm not huge on with it. But like for the most part, it's a very enjoyable listen. Got some nice post-punk influence in there mixed with, I guess I'm more into post-punk than I am pop-punk, so believe it or not. But yeah, no, she sounds great, like you were saying. Her vocals are great. The lyrics are pretty great throughout as well. Some good stuff, and one of the highlights of the year so far.
Yes, sir.
But I think I have it at like a really strong 7, which I still feel pretty locked in there. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next I have Die For My Bitch by Baby Keem, which I said on our Godly episode. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But,
It's okay. Once again, it's for your female dog.
Yes.
Yes.
But, Die For My Bitch it's okay. It's nothing like groundbreaking. It's definitely not anywhere near as good as the Melodic Blue. There's some good stuff on it. Baby Keem, he kind of shows his chops on there a little bit. But nothing I would really return to. I still don't understand why Orange Soda is like his second most listened to song. Just like I told my youngest brother Noah that I didn't like it, and he was like, "What? That's such a fucking banger, dude!" And I was like, "No."
Yeah, it had like a high score on Album of the Year too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "It's just bad. I don't like it."
It reminds me of me and like some of my reactions to like I think it was Ghost by Kid Cudi. Like people were like, or people didn't say that. You were like that, but like it has a high score on there, and you were like, what? But like I'm just like, I don't like it.
I love Ghost.
I re-listened to it. I still didn't like it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. Again, nothing I would really return to. But I do love me some Baby Keem. So probably give it like a mid to light 5. Sorry, baby. Keem.
Sorry, baby.
Hey.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Come here. Yeah. The next thing I listened to was The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Miss Lauryn Hill, and I said in the episode that I talked about this one on that I would re-listen before getting to here.
And you didn't, did you? You didn't, did you? Black History Month, and now it's Women's History Month.
That means I got 2 months to listen to it. my trial has been extended. But
2 months free.
Yeah, 2 months free. Yeah, I mean, I haven't revisited it, so my thoughts are the same. Where like I didn't quite understand why people were like, this is one of the greatest albums of all time. I thought her voice was very good. I thought there were good beats throughout, but I'd be lying if I said I was completely interested the whole time. So that could be a me thing, and it could be fixed on future listens, but I won't know that till I do that. So yeah, I don't feel comfortable giving a score because I don't feel comfortable in my thoughts on it. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I also don't feel comfortable around Colin. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
I did scream earlier.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just on edge.
Yeah.
It could happen at any moment.
It could.
Yeah.
Next, I listened to 444 by Jay-Z. It's beautifully produced. His flows are great. I like the lyricism on it. But I don't know. Nothing. I meant to return to this one as well. But nothing like really caught me on first listen. Like it was like I understand. Like John was highly praising it. And you said it was good. So I was like, okay, yeah. But I don't know. Like, Jay-Z, obviously, he's iconic. But, no, just nothing super caught my attention. And it might change if I go back to it. But, I don't know. Maybe I should check out other Jay-Z albums, like The Blueprint or something like that.
Yeah. That album came out on 9/11.
Did it? Mm-hmm. Did he have the blueprints?
He may have. Don't give the conspiracy theorists ideas. Or is that the one that came out on 9/11? I think it is.
That sounds right. JZ.
Yep.
9/11, baby.
September 11th, 2001.
Well,
classic.
The
album, yeah.
Yeah. I bet it sold very well that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might return to it again, but I'll first listen and probably give it like a light 7, mid 7 maybe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Last thing I listened to was Denzel Curry discography. We will get into that more. All I can say is I liked it.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
What?
But yeah, more thoughts to come.
Yeah. Next I listened to After Hours by The Weeknd. Still very good. Love the vibes on it. Obviously his voice is fantastic. Production, dude, like he's the most listened to artist on Spotify for a reason. His music's just a great time.
Yeah,
I think he hit 100 million monthly listeners.
Holy shit, really?
He's
That's
the first
insane.
person to do that.
Let's see if he's still there.
Sure he is.
Holy shit, yeah, 102 mil.
Yeah, he's pretty insane.
It's fucking
yeah. But Blinding Lights, obviously great.
Yeah.
Save Your Tears, also great. Just the just the radio hits. Everything
Colin
else
only
sucked.
liked the second half of the
album. No, it was really good. And I'd definitely return to it, but I haven't yet. But I'd probably give it like a strong 8.
Nice.
And then last week I listened to Teens of Denial by Car Seat Headrest, and that was very good. Another banger from good old what's his name? Will Toledo.
Yeah.
Love you. It's just very good. I really enjoy his sound, and he does that thing that I'm a sucker for with the distorted mic filter.
Yes.
I'll definitely return to it again, and I'd probably give it like a mid 8.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to call my alter ego in my music from now on, distorted mic.
I like that.
Yeah. It's out there. I think it's my vent. I don't know.
They're coming into the walls.
They're venting.
That's for you, Zane.
Yes. Our avid listener.
Yes. Yeah, but that was last month. Listened to more than I thought I did.
Nice.
So, and then I listened to Denzel, but that was mostly in March. So.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll have more to listen to. I mean, I already have one. I know Boy Genius will be on there.
That's at the very end of the month. So
is it the very end?
Yep.
Damn.
Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy will probably be on there. See, I was even thinking to myself, like, this is actually only one of the first times it's happened, I think. I mean, it's happened before, but I think this is the first time that's one of the artists that I wasn't as familiar with that we did a artist analysis on is releasing a new album. And now I feel like morally obligated to just continue their trajectory.
Yeah.
I've heard the rest of their stuff, and yeah, it's kind of cool in that regard.
It is.
I don't think any other of the artists I was unfamiliar with have done that so far, but
I don't know.
Yeah. Me neither.
But yeah, now that we're an hour into the podcast,
35 minutes,
we can jump into our monthly pretty monthly series where we go called artist analysis, obviously from the fucking title of the
some people can't read.
It's true. Artist analysis, where we go through an artist's entire discography, we rate and review them, and we talk about them to you guys and gals and MILFs and they thems.
Well, we don't talk to the gals this month. Remember?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Get
they
the fuck
thems.
outta
You're
here.
good.
Yeah, you're good. You're in that healthy middle part.
Yeah, the healthy middle.
Unfortunately, we can't talk to the MILFs either, so our fan base is gone. But
we'll regain them next month.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, we do this every 5 episodes where we hop into an artist's discography. Definitely it wasn't stolen from another person on YouTube.
Yeah.
Last month we did Taylor Swift, and this month we're doing Denzel Curry, baby.
Yeah, and Taylor Swift was probably most likely our longest one in terms of content we had to listen to, and this might have been our shortest one.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't remember any of them being quite as this one.
HAR was
HAR
shorter, but they had longer albums than
True.
Denzel.
True.
Yeah, Denzel was it 5, 6? It was 6 including Unlocked.
I think it was 6, but like Unlocked was literally like 15 minutes, 17 minutes. Yeah.
So yeah, every album was like 30 to 45 minutes. And just nice, compact records. And we got it done pretty easily. But do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to you.
Nope.
I'll start. Decisive boys. Decisive dudes. That'll be our next podcast.
Hell yeah.
All right. Yeah. What do you want to go to eat after this?
Chocolate or strawberry?
Yeah, so we're starting our journey off in 2013. Denzel has a lot of mixtapes that I'm pretty sure were released before this. But this is what is listed as his first album. So
and it's not on Spotify. So
it isn't. Nostalgic 64 from 2013. I think it may have been there at one point, but it's not now. Don't know what's going on there, but I listened on YouTube. I said, I was expecting worse from this. I've heard about Denzel's trajectory from SoundCloud rapper to conscious hip-hop, and I expected this project to be a lot more amateurish than it was. But I was pleasantly surprised at how much he already found his voice on this project. I thought his charisma and delivery was already at the level he displays later on in his career. I wrote this after listening to the album, and I actually kind of disagree with that now, but it was still good. Like, his charisma was still very good. And the random interjections of just nerdy shit every now and then never felt cringy or out of place. His character is pretty much already developed, which excites me for the rest of this discography. That being said, a lot of this is definitely dated, both in terms of production and some lyrical content as well. There's definitely a charm to this kind of sound, and it is like, I don't know why I got this vibe, but it's like vaguely reminiscent of like some of the early John Bellion mixtapes for me, like in terms of just like amateur vibe, loving music, just doing the thing, bet in 2013. But it is something that is hard to completely get immersed in as a newcomer, which is what I am. And on top of that, this isn't exactly the type of hip-hop I typically listen to in the first place. But despite this, I still found my time enjoyable and at a higher level than I usually would for a record of this nature. My favorites were Zone 64, Mystical Virus Part 3, The Scream. I don't remember if that's one song or two.
I think that's part of Mystical Virus.
Okay. And N64. And my least favorites were A Day in the Life of Denzel Curry Part 2, Threats, and Parents. And overall, I give it like a decent 6.
I'm I'm gonna read it off my album of the year because I thought I did a more concise job than on my notes.
Imagine reading off of something while doing an artist analysis.
Fucking imagine.
Yeah. What? Can you not develop your own thoughts on the fly?
No. Yeah, so this album's pretty interesting to me. Denzel has that charisma that I've become accustomed to from listening to Taboo and Melt My Eyes in the past. Yeah, and his flows has always been good, and that is just shown in this debut for him. His flow is just fantastic throughout his whole discography.
Absolutely.
And there's some pretty good production on here, but none of it really caught my attention. Like you said, it's kind of dated, so it's just kind of like, it's there. Like nothing's like fantastic on it, which will change in the future.
Yes.
There wasn't any song that I genuinely didn't like, other than Mystical Virus. Something about it just I didn't like. There was, I think, the feature the pace at which he was rapping at, it kind of didn't go along with the.
I gotta be honest, I don't remember any of these songs.
Okay, well, so. it didn't go along with like the pace of the track.
Yeah,
and it just kind of annoyed me. But I mean, otherwise, and there wasn't like a song that I genuinely like loved. I liked some songs on it, but I didn't love anything on it. But I mean, overall, solid debut for Denzel, and I know it was bound to get better as the discography went on. But my favorites were Parents, Dark and Violent, Threats, and Widescreen. I didn't like Mystical Virus or Benz, and I give it a light 6.
Nice. Yeah. I do find it funny that two of my least favorites are in your favorites.
I don't know.
I don't feel too passionately about this album,
right.
So it's all right.
But we take a nice 3-year break, and we go to Imperial in 2016. And yeah, damn, this is astronomically better than the Nostalgic 64. The production shined and just complemented his flow and his lyricism beautifully. The features were great. No, Jid's not on this one, I don't think.
I don't remember. I don't think he was on this one.
No, he's on that next one. Sorry. Yeah. It's a 40-minute album, and it really, I can't read my own handwriting. Let me go back to the real year. Sorry. Yeah. I really the features were good. I really like how there's so many hype tracks on here, but there's also a little bit of that peek into the darker stuff we'd get into the next record. This album is really damn good, and I think it was a catalyst for what was to come and the albums he would drop after this. Just like really fucking good. And that 3-year break between albums works for so many artists.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the 3 years, but
I don't know.
Just really good. Really enjoyed it. My favorites on this one were Story No Title. I don't know if I could say that word. It's the second track. Zenith, Ult, Good Night, If Tomorrow's Not Here, and Naughty Head. And I didn't like Me Now, I guess. And I give it a strong 8.
Nice. Yeah, Imperial. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, this was properly hyped up. The energy Denzel brings onto this project isn't playing any games, and it leads to a record full of bangers. The first leg of this project in particular is phenomenal, and I can't believe I haven't heard any of these tracks before. I do think some of the songs in the back half have a couple issues, whether it be a lackluster hook or less interesting production, but the majority of the songs here are extremely polished and a great first listen. I will definitely be revisiting this one at some point, but for now, I have a feeling this will be a highlight in his discography. My favorites were the track I also don't think I can say. Ult, Story No Title, Sick and Tired, Naughty Head, If Tomorrow's Not Here. And my least favorites were Zenith and Me Now, but if I remember, those are pretty just like relative. Like I still thought they were good songs. And overall, I give it like a decent 8. Thought it was good.
Yeah.
And I did look up just because I was curious what his intention was behind the song with the name that I can't say. And apparently that's a term that they use in like South Florida to say that they're someone's an outcast, just like an outsider or something. So it's like kind of like a nerd, I guess.
Okay.
But
that still doesn't.
Not quite. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one, but the song
it's a banger.
The song bangs. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, cool. Taboo. On the taboo. Okay, I love doing this artist analysis series, but if there's one caveat I have with the format, is that we only have a week to delve into these albums, and that means that I basically only listen to these albums once, except that one time with the Strokes. I bring this up because during this album, I thought it was fine for the most part. There were definitely some bangers that I enjoyed, but I wasn't really being blown away by anything. However, I took a small break at the beginning of the third disc, because this one's like broken into the 3 sides or whatever. And when I came back, suddenly the whole thing was clicking for me. So that was in the last third of the album. I have a feeling my thoughts on this album are kind of placeholder right now. And if I had more immediate time, I would re-listen, but sadly I don't have that luxury at the moment. But yeah, I liked a lot of things about this album. There were also things I didn't like, such as the song Cash Maniac, which is the first song I have disliked on this journey. Wasn't really into that one. But for the majority of this album, Denzel brings that fantastic energy through the tracks, bringing the heat and raging choruses. It's good stuff that has a lot of potential to grow for me. My favorites are Black Balloons, Sumo, Sirens, Perks, Vengeance, Switch It Up, Super Saiyan, Superman. And my least favorites was Cash Maniac by quite a large margin, but I also wasn't really feeling Mad I Got It or The Blackest Balloon. And overall I gave it a strong 7, but like I said, I think that's somewhat placeholder. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Taboo. Oh yeah, this is that good shit. I absolutely love how deep, dark, and personal this record is. The production is absolutely on point. Hype where it needs to be, and deeper feeling in other parts. The lyricism is fantastic and even funny at points, like in Sumo. Rada rada.
I forgot that was that song. Yeah.
The lyrics are just made better by his immaculate flow, which has been extremely consistent since the start. This was my first Denzel record, and I still love it very, very much. And I also appreciate that. I also appreciate that JID feature a lot more after listening to the Forever Story.
Yeah, that shit was fucking insane.
Yeah, JID is just a fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Also, shout out Billie Eilish on that song as well.
Yeah. I would love a fucking collab record solely between those two.
Yeah.
Because goddamn.
Yeah.
Just fucking fantastic. Yeah, I love this record a lot. Very, very good. And my favorites were Sirens, Black Balloons, Sumo, Clout Cobain, and Mad I Got It. And my least favorites were Cash Maniac and The Blackest Balloon. But I give it a solid 9.
Okay. 6.
Very good record. Then we move on to Zoo. Zoo, a couple of years, or a year later. This is such a fun record. After the dark production on Taboo, this return to a much more hype style is a little bit of a breath of fresh air. Not in a bad way, but not in a way that Taboo was bad, and this is what a thanks for going back or whatever. But it's short, sweet, and to the point, without feeling too short at all. The features are all great. I think Rick Ross is on a song, and I liked him on that one quite a bit. And production is crisp as always, along with his flow, of course. I don't really go an album without talking about his flow, because it's just
it's a constant.
one of the most consistent fucking things. I don't usually love albums that come out a year after the last one, but this one was on the same level of quality, and it just worked out really well. And I don't think Denzel can really put out a bad record. If he puts out a record, it's gonna be if anything, it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
So, my favorites were Ricky, Zoo, Shake 88, and PAT. My least favorite was Yo. I give it a light 8.
You didn't like that? Yo. He didn't even say anything.
I just put it there as a fucking placeholder, because I didn't really have a least favorite. But I guess this transition track.
What'd you give it? Sorry.
Light 8.
Light 8. Nice. Cool. Yeah, Zoo 2019. While the other records so far have had some breathing room between the bangers, Zoo is just full throttle on the heat the whole time. When this record started, it was my favorite so far, honestly. Denzel's singing was really good. The tracks were catchy and full of clever one-liners, and I felt a great flow between each of the songs themselves. It was just really pleasant on the ears. Unfortunately, a few songs pop up that I just wasn't huge on towards the back half, if I remember correctly. Which is a notable hindrance when the record is this short. Also, I'm not really huge on skits on albums in general, and while they were done all right on here, I thought they were kind of funny. They were a little much for a 30-minute project, and I said maybe if they were Beavis and Butthead, I would feel a little bit, more prone to liking them. Yeah. But anyways, this is probably his most aggressive album yet, and while I do really enjoy it for the most part, those few moments where it's just kind of okay do bring it down slightly for me. Again, it's very good. My favorites were Wish, Zoo, Pat, Carol Mart, and Ricky. My least favorites were Shake 88, Automatic, and Speedboat, and overall I gave it a light 8.
Look at that.
I do really like the part in Pat where he's like, "Sticks out like I'm Voldemort." Yeah. I do.
I love how fucking nerdy this guy is.
Yeah, he's so nerdy, but it never feels like like one of the things. We don't have people who watch us that much, but one of the things I probably would get flack for with Childish Gambino is I really do like a lot of his stuff, but he sounds like a fucking nerd sometimes, especially on Because the Internet. It's kind of nerdy in a little bit of a cringe way. It never feels cringy with Denzel.
No, it doesn't. It just flows so well.
It does, yeah. It's so good. But yeah. Then we talked to our friend of the podcast, co-editor of the podcast, John, to ask if we should listen to any of the EPs, and he did say that we should listen to Unlocked. It's a collab EP between Denzel and Kenny Beats. Came out in 2020, and so we have our thoughts on that as well. And I said, this is a nice little change of pace. Kenny's beats paired with Denzel's charisma and attitude is a really good combo on here, leaning a little bit more into a boom bap type of style than some of the other stuff. Admittedly, I've yet to listen to an artist that has made boom bap just click for me in a significant way, and that's on me, dog.
That is on me, dog.
That's on me, dog. That's what my director says a lot, and I put that in here for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, but did this album change my mind? Not really. But I still found it very enjoyable. That is my one issue with it, though. I didn't connect to it I didn't connect to many of the tracks beyond a surface level, and that leads it to be a little bit less memorable for me. But while it's on, it's very good, and I don't think any track on here misses. And shout out to Diet, because that track was fucking fire. My favorites were Diet and Take It Back, and my least favorite was Layup, but if I remember, I still liked Layup. And overall, I gave it a light 8.
Cool. Yeah, Unlocked. This is a very solid little collab record. Whoa, Kenny, your beats are great, and they really do complement Denzel's flow and charisma just fantastically. I love how aggressive Denzel is on a few of these tracks, and it's a nice little change of pace, even though there was some of that aggressive stuff on the last one. I don't know why I wrote that. I'm just fucking stupid. The only thing I don't love is that sometimes those high pitched voice effects that were part of many of the songs on here. Some of them were kind of annoying to me. Others were fine to me, but sometimes they just kind of grated on me, and it's fine. That's fair. For something that's 18 minutes long, this shit is super good. It's a nice little bite-sized album, and I'd be very down for more collabs between Kenny and Denzel, which we do get a song on the next record. Oh, really? Yeah, it's the T-Pain song.
Oh, I didn't know Kenny Beats was on that. Or
you hear, whoa, Kenny?
Oh. I missed that, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this. Faves were Diet, Take It Back, Track 7, and Layup. My least favorite was None, really. And I give it a light 8 as well. Nice. Yeah, but then we delve into his most recent record from last year with Melt My Eyes, See Your Future in 2022.
Yes, sir.
God damn, this record just gets better every time I fucking listen to it. The production is so fucking crisp. throughout the whole goddamn record, it's lush, and it's just fucking beautiful, and the transitions between every track just like it flows like nothing else. It's fantastic. This is also Denzel's best in terms of flow and lyricism throughout his whole discography. It's just really good. It's, at least to me, it's just so fun, introspective, and it just doesn't let up at all throughout the whole track list. I already said something about the transitions. Yeah, honestly, listening to this now, I re-listened to it before doing the end of the year list.
Mm-hmm. Me as well.
But like, listening to it again, this could have been a lot higher for me, honestly. I don't know, something really clicked with me that when I listened to it again, that like, I don't know, really, really, really bumped it up for me. Yeah, my favorites were Walkin', The Last, X-Wing, Mental, Troubles, The Ills, and Worst Comes to Worst. I didn't dislike any, and I give it a strong 9.
All right, goddamn, cool. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future, 2022. And to cap it off, we have the only project I have heard prior to this listening. This was, I forgot to mention at the beginning, but this was my only exposure to him prior to this. Before I went into this, I was a little curious as to how the context of his discography would change my enjoyment of the album, or if it would have any impact on it at all. And honestly, the context of this sudden change in his discography, like to a jazzier, loungier sound, did make me appreciate the project as a whole a little bit more, but I honestly still have the same level of enjoyment as I did before, which is still very good. I'm still adamant about this album starting off incredibly strong with a beautiful introduction to all these jazzy and loungy sounds. Denzel slips into the style beautifully, and I do hope this isn't the last time we hear him in like a mellower style. And also to mention that I forgot to put in here, but the lyrics as well he's always had good lyrics and great lyrics on times when it's like time to get serious, I guess. But it's a little more like that throughout this whole project. And I think, like the intro track and The Last, I think, as well, has there's really good lyrical content on there. But as I've mentioned before in the past, this album has a little bit of a weak final leg for me. I think a lot of the final few tracks are not only forgettable, but they also stray away from kind of the established jazzy sound of the rest of the record, a little too much for my liking. All this being said, nothing on here is bad, but there are a handful of forgettable moments mixed throughout the project, and then the last leg for me is a little whatever. This is still an impressive album, though, from Mr. Zeltron, I said. And my favorites are Walkin', Melt Session No. 1, X-Wing, The Last, The Eels, Troubles, and Zatoichi. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. And my least favorites were Sanjuro, John Wayne, and Ain't No Way. And overall, I give it a light 8 again. Yeah.
It's Sanjuro. All right.
What did I say?
Sanjuro. White ass.
Talk about my ass.
It's very white. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. No, I really like it for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Overall thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this artist analysis, I was well aware of the Fantano effect with Denzel, in which he has given all of these projects, except for Nostalgia, an 8. And I was really trying my best to form my own opinions on the albums without that stipulation in my head. But I really ended up doing about the same thing. But I can justify that because I really do, in my mind, I find all these albums to be extremely impressive and to have fantastic songs on each of them. But on each of them, there is some material that I'm just either okay with or I personally don't really vibe with as much. So that is pretty much how I view any album that I give an 8. That is how I do that. So this is me just coping with myself right now. But yeah, it feels accurate for Mr. Curry, but he is extremely... Why did I start the sentence that way? I don't know. The 8s feel accurate to him, and for me, I think is what I was trying to say. But he is extremely consistent and able to subtly switch his style enough between each album cycle to keep his sound fresh and very, fun to listen to. This was a very enjoyable artist analysis to go through, especially since it was probably a quarter of the length of our last one. Yeah. Shout out to you, Swifties. Except you female Swifties.
Yeah. We gotta stop that.
Sorry, yeah, that's a bad bit.
I just need to start that.
Yeah.
We love women.
This is your fault.
Except for Mike, he's gay.
I hate women so much I became gay.
No, I didn't mean that you didn't like women. I mean that you don't like women, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You like dick.
Hey, women can have dicks.
Cock and balls. They could.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all you ladies with cocks out there.
Yeah. I'm going to revisit a few of these albums, and I think a couple of them may have a chance to raise up to a 9 upon a second listen. Most, like Imperial, I could see Taboo getting to there as well. And I'll probably check out like Zoo again as well to see what happens. But yeah, I didn't want to oversell if I wasn't confident on it with some of these. Yeah, this was a cool one. I'm definitely a fan of Denzel and his nerdy yet uncringy punchlines. And I'm looking forward to wherever he ventures out to next.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I said Denzel has got to be one of the most consistent artists out there.
Mm-hmm.
While his debut wasn't the best thing I've ever heard, after that, his quality just fucking skyrocketed. I'm so impressed with his flow and production throughout his entire discography. The fact that he's never won a Grammy, I don't even know if he's been nominated for a Grammy, is just fucking truly surprising and honestly gross.
Yeah.
Because, but, you know, honestly, who gives a fuck? He has the credit he deserves for how fantastic an artist he is, and you know, we here at the BrokeN Boys, BrokeN Boys LLC, love you, Mr. Curry.
Yes,
and we
you were confident I would enjoy this enjoy this artist analysis to write that down.
Yeah, we are very excited to see where you go next in your future endeavors. Yeah, very, very fucking consistent, very good, and just very sad that he has not won any awards for it. Well, any big Grammys for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you know, him and Jid were both very much robbed last year.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe it'll change, but I highly doubt it. But, you know, the Brokies are always here for that.
Yes. Shout out to the Brokies.
Yes. But album rankings, mine goes Melt My Eyes to Your Future, Taboo, Imperial, Unlocked, Zoo, and then Nostalgic 64. And overall artist rating, I give him a light 8.
Nice. My album ranking is Imperial, Zoo, Unlocked, Melt My Eyes to Your Future, Taboo, and Nostalgia 64. Remember that a lot of those are very close to one another. And I also gave him a light 8.
Yeah, just extremely consistent, dude.
Yeah, the Fantano effect is a little real with him.
I didn't even watch his reviews of anything. So
well, that just goes to prove he's unbiased.
I am unbiased. I mean, I saw it while looking at Album of the Year, but I was like, I don't listen to him.
Bald, stupid ass.
Yeah. Fucking mustache, beautiful mustache.
Uh-huh.
Suck on his pearly whites.
Suck on his teeth. Hey babe, let me suck on your teeth.
Salad for lunch.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
it's a new kink. I've never heard that one before.
Sucking. Yeah. Do you want to hop into Song of the Week?
Yeah, we can do that. How far are we in? Yeah, we're at a pretty good time here. I had a feeling this would be somewhat short, but it is me this week. Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff I liked in here, and I could go with a lot of them, but one of the ones that I do remember the most is Sirens from Taboo. So I'm going to go with Sirens by Denzel Curry featuring Jid and Billie Eilish. Yeah. All right, that was Sirens by Denzel Curry. What'd you think?
God, so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very obvious that that's Billy now singing back there.
Yeah.
But goddamn, the fucking aggressiveness on this track is so good. And
yeah, especially at the very end. Yeah.
I love when that music drops out and it's just Denzel going off. And also his singing voice on this song. Oh, beautiful. Just a great fucking this song like really fucking grew on me on this listen to this record. I always liked it, but like god damn, fantastic song. Yeah. I mean, that was one thing I forgot to mention in I guess my overall thoughts and just throughout is just the way he uses the aggression in his voice. Like on the bangers, you know, he'll constantly have that tone of voice, but like here where it's like a little more serious, and then just like having that come out in like
an angry rant pretty much at the end. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really good. And then Jid, fucking master of flow.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, that guy's fucking insane. I need to listen to more of his solo stuff. Yeah, he's fantastic on here as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm always super impressed when when a fucking artist can keep that kind of weird tone in their voice as they're rapping like that.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick does it.
Yeah.
And
Go play. Yeah.
Or like in I think it's Sing About Me.
Oh.
Where he's like in that drunken kind of state. Just so fucking good. Denzel, just dude. But
yeah. Very good song. What do you got for us?
I wanted to go with Sirens, but that was taken.
Who took it?
I don't know. But a song that really, really grew on me, Melt My Eyes as well, was The Last.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to go with The Last by Denzel Curry.
The Last of Us. Sorry.
Any day could be our last day. So much trouble on the streets that we need to buy a AK. Rock a mask for the whole day.
All right, that was The Last by Denzel Curry. What'd you think, Mike?
I still like it. Yeah, another thing that I forgot to mention when writing, I forgot to mention a lot of things for whatever reason, is this man knows how to write a fucking hook. Really? Like, sometimes for me, rap music isn't as catchy as I think as it can be for, I guess, I don't know, people our age or something. I don't know. Like, it happens a lot, but like, I don't always find myself getting like flows stuck in my head. But like, he just can always do that, and this is one of those hooks that I always any day could be a last day, It good. Like, it's so good. Like, yeah,
it's just really good. And I love when he delves into like the introspective kind of like
absolutely,
the world around us kind of fucked up, dude.
Yeah,
sucks ass. I love when people do that in music, and he just seems so genuine about it. And I love it. Love this song. Love Denzel.
Yeah.
But you know, anything else to say about Mr. Zenzel?
Zenzel. Anything else that I forgot to mention? I think I've mostly got it all out of my system.
I will say, awesome album art all throughout his discography.
Yeah,
as well.
I would agree. Yeah.
Other than like Nostalgia 64, very good. There's a boob on Nostalgia 64.
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes it.
But you're gay, so you don't like women. Unless you're bi, which, congratulations. I'm happy for you.
That new album I listened to this week, that I forgot the name of, Dog's Body. It's kind of hard to see, but that is like a dick, like a dildo or something in the middle. I didn't notice that at first. Then when Fantana uploaded his review, it was like blurred out. I was like, why is it blurred out? And then I went to the Album of the Year page, and
I feel like he could have kept that.
He probably. I went here, and then I saw the top tag was penis, and
yeah, I mean,
I can zoom in on the dick here a little bit.
It is a dick, but like, it's not that obvious.
I didn't notice it at first.
Donkey show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, Denzel just.
Yes, Denzel.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Love this guy. Probably the most consistent artist analysis we've had.
I would say so.
Quality.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, usually there's either a dip or like a one that's really good out of nowhere or something like that. But no, it was all very, very solid.
Yeah. He just, unsheathed his massive cock and
exactly.
Just landed on the table and just like, here you go.
There you go.
Enjoy it.
Dinner served.
Yeah, just really good. And if definitely go check out some of his stuff. Even if you're not into like the more hardcore hip hop kind of sound, there's bound to be something you'll enjoy. Even us two who aren't in that kind of realm of hip hop really enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
And I've become more accustomed to hardcore hip hop as well. Like, I don't know, just I love the hype shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Do you want an outro? Do you want me an outro? What do you want to do? Decision. Okay, I'll do it. If you're watching on, you got a hairball?
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for looking at us for an hour. And I'm sorry. But
visual listeners.
Visual listeners. Hi.
Don't say anything.
No.
That's just for you guys.
Just for you guys.
That's just for you guys. And audio listeners, this is just for you.
All right. But if you are on streaming services, thank you so much. We love you very much. Thank you
just displayed.
Yes, thank you for listening to our voices for an hour and without looking at us. But if you would like to look at us, we are on YouTube. And you can come look at our faces all you would like. There's plenty of it. There's plenty of more face than not face at this point. We appreciate all of you very much. If you would like to listen to our songs of the week, there are 3 playlists. There's one for me, one for Mike, and one for both of us. You can listen to Sirens, or you can listen to The Last. Both fantastic tracks, and plenty more up there that you can plenty more there that you can listen to over 12 hours.
Over 15 hours.
Almost 15 hours of music that you could listen to. There's plenty of good stuff in there that you're bound to enjoy.
Yes, sir.
If you, we are the places that you can find us. Mike is in so many places, dude. Just has a lot of stuff. You can listen to his music on any streaming service, YouTube, anything you want to listen to it on. It's fantastic. Coping Mechanism, Plaintive. Check it out, bitches, if you haven't already.
If you like Denzel Curry, you'll love Coping Mechanism.
It is so... His flow is fantastic.
Yeah. I also named songs after slurs. sorry.
Oh, no. But you can find him on TikTok, on Instagram, on Album of the Year. You can find him on YouTube, obviously. Go watch his old... him tickle those ivories, and also listen to his music, which is also there, and he's also right behind you.
Tickling those ivories.
Yeah, he's.
That's gonna sound great.
And he's tickling you too.
That's what that was.
You can find me in a couple places too. I run the TikTok and the Twitter for the Broken Boys podcast. And I also have an Album of the Year page where I write and review records, and I also have a letterbox where I rate and review movies. Love movies, very good stuff, mostly. I also have an old Instagram review page where you can, delve into the darkness and, bring a torch in there, maybe, because it's very dark and dank, and you're gonna need something to protect yourself with, because I don't know what dangers lie in there. But yeah, those are where you can find me. I'm right in front of you while Mike is right behind you. We just want to give you one big group hug.
Close in like a little sandwich.
Yes. Yeah. Chuckle sandwich, if you will.
I don't. Okay. It's copyright.
Is it? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I think that's it.
I think so.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. We'll probably talk about our 2-year anniversary here. Fucking crazy. I don't know how I've sat next to this guy for that long.
Yeah.
But
sometimes we do it online.
That is true.
Yeah.
Very much needed breaks.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that after COVID that we would stay online.
Just keep that format.
Yeah.
We have no fucking idea what's going to happen once I graduate.
Yeah,
so.
it's true.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I think at least for the summer we'll be in person still, but until after that,
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a good mic because I don't want you guys listening to me.
You also have to get a better mic as in co-host.
Yes. I will need that as well.
2 better mics.
I do have a bedroom name.
You named your bedroom after me?
Yeah, I did. It just makes me feel safe.
You can say that way. You can say you're sleeping with me.
I have a roommate named Mike, so I can start it with him. I guess we don't really talk, but we have a lot of stories.
I was gonna say that's an opportunity right there.
But yeah, we love you all very much, women included.
Yes. We're sorry, women.
Yeah, we're sorry for all of the things. Really.
Even before this podcast.
Yeah,
sorry
honestly.
for all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we love you all. And we'll see you, and you can hear us next week. Have a good week.
Yes. Definitive statements. Have a good week.